solar system is a fascinating place, full of wonders and mystery. It's made up of the Sun at its center, along with 8 planets, countless asteroids, comets, and other objects that orbit around it. Among these 8 planets there is a planet called Venus, and the latest discoveries that were made on this planet left scientists shocked. Venus, second planet from the Sun and 6th in the solar system in size and mass. No planet approaches closer to Earth than Venus. At its nearest it is the closest large body to Earth other than the Moon. Because Venus's orbit is nearer the Sun than Earth's, the planet is always roughly in the same direction in the sky as the Sun, and can be seen only in the hours near sunrise or sunset. It is the hottest and brightest planet in the solar system. It's one of the 4 inner, terrestrial or rocky planets, and it's often called Earth's twin because it's similar in size and density. These are not identical twins, however there are radical differences between the 2 worlds. Venus may have been named after the most beautiful deity of the Roman and Greek pantheons because it shone the brightest among the 5 planets known to ancient astronomers. In ancient Greek city-states, however, Venus was called Aphrodite. In ancient times, Venus was often thought to be 2 different stars, the evening star and the morning star, that is, the ones that first appeared at sunset and sunrise. However, further observations of Venus in the space age show a very hellish environment. This makes Venus a very difficult planet to observe from up close because spacecraft do not survive long on its surface. Now recent discoveries have shown that Venus is in fact alive. But, what did they discover? Stay with us till the end and you will find out why these new discoveries are showing that Venus is alive. Venus is sometimes called Earth's evil twin because despite being similar in size and composition to Earth, its surface is incredibly hostile, with a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide and clouds of sulfuric acid. The extreme greenhouse effect on Venus has caused its surface temperature to soar to over 900 degrees Fahrenheit. In contrast, Earth has a much milder climate and is much more hospitable to life as we know it. Therefore, Venus is often seen as Earth's evil twin because it presents a stark contrast to our planet's relatively benign conditions. Venus is not tidally locked to the Sun, likely due to its dense, superrotating atmosphere. And that atmosphere sees to it that it has much the same temperature everywhere. New research provides strong evidence of volcanic activity on Venus. The study identified a nearly 1 square mile volcanic vent that changed shape and grew over 8 months in 1991. Such changes on Earth are associated with volcanic activity, either through eruptions or magma movement causing vent walls to collapse and expand. This discovery offers insights into the geology of Venus, which, despite being similar in size and mass, lacks plate tectonics. Direct geological evidence of recent volcanic activity has been observed on the surface of Venus for the first time. Scientists made the discovery after poring over archival radar images of Venus taken more than 30 years ago, in the 1990s, by NASA's Magellan mission. The images revealed a volcanic vent changing shape and increasing significantly in size in less than a year. Venus appears to have volcanic activity, according to a new research paper that offers strong evidence to answer the lingering question about whether Earth's sister planet currently has eruptions and lava flows. Although planets are not considered alive, in the biological sense, scientists refer to a planet as alive when it is geologically active. A geologically active planet may have a dynamic core, volcanic activity, or tectonic movement. Scientists used to think Venus was geologically dead, but this new research is strong evidence that it is still geologically active. The boundaries of Earth's moving surface plates are the primary locations of volcanic activity. New research by University of Alaska Fairbanks Geophysical Institute research professor Robert Herrick revealed a nearly 1 square mile volcanic vent that changed in shape and grew over 8 months in 1991. Herrick teamed up with JPL's Scott Hensley, the project scientist for Veritas and a specialist in analyzing radar data like Magellan's. Changes on such a scale on Earth are associated with volcanic activity, whether through an eruption at the vent or movement of magma beneath the vent that causes the vent walls to collapse and the vent to expand. The research was published recently in the journal Science. Herrick studied images taken in the early 1990s during the first 2 imaging cycles of NASA's Magellan space probe. Until recently, comparing digital images to find new lava flows took too much time, the paper notes. As a result, few scientists have searched Magellan data for feature formation. It is really only in the last decade or so that the Magellan data has been available at full resolution, mosaicked and easily manipulable by an investigator with a typical personal workstation, Herrick said. The new research focused on an area containing two of Venus' largest volcanoes, Aza and Mont Mons. Aza and Mont Mons are comparable in volume to Earth's largest volcanoes but have lower slopes and thus are more spread out, Herrick said. Herrick compared a Magellan image from mid-February 1991 with a mid-October 1991 image and noticed a change to a vent on the north side of a domed shield volcano that is part of the Mont Mons volcano. The vent had grown from a circular formation of just under 1 square mile to an irregular shape of about 1.5 square miles. The later image indicates that the vent's walls became shorter, perhaps only a few hundred feet high, and that the vent was nearly filled to its rim. The researchers speculate that a lava lake formed in the vent during the 8 months between the images, though whether the contents were liquid or cooled and solidified isn't known. The researchers offer one caveat: a non-volcanic, earthquake-triggered collapse of the vent's walls might have caused the expansion. They note, however, that vent collapses of this scale on Earth's volcanoes have always been accompanied by nearby volcanic eruptions. Magma withdraws from beneath the vent because it is going somewhere else. The surface of Venus is geologically young, especially compared to all the other rocky bodies except Earth and Jupiter's moon Io, Herrick said. However, the estimates of how often eruptions might occur on Venus have been speculative, ranging from several large eruptions per year to one such eruption every several or even tens of years, he said. Herrick contrasts the lack of information about Venusian volcanism with what is known about Jupiter's moon Io and about Mars. Io is so active that multiple ongoing eruptions have been imaged every time we've observed it. On a geological time scale, relatively young lava flows indicate Mars remains volcanically active. However, nothing has occurred in the 45 years that we have been observing Mars, and most scientists would say that you'd probably need to watch the surface for a few million years to have a reasonable chance of seeing a new lava flow. Herrick, Hensley, and the rest of the Veritas team are eager to see how the mission's suite of advanced science instruments and high-resolution data will complement Magellan's remarkable trove of radar imagery, which transformed humanity's knowledge of Venus. Venus is an enigmatic world, and Magellan teased so many possibilities, said Jennifer Witten, Associate Deputy Principal Investigator of Veritas at Tulane University in New Orleans. Now that we're very sure the planet experienced a volcanic eruption only 30 years ago, this is a small preview for the incredible discoveries Veritas will make. We can now say that Venus is presently volcanically active in the sense that there are at least a few eruptions per year. We can expect that the upcoming Venus missions will observe new volcanic flows that have occurred since the Magellan mission ended 3 decades ago, and we should see some activity occurring while the 2 upcoming orbital missions are collecting images. Those studies will be complemented by Envision, an ESA, European Space Agency mission to Venus slated for launch in the early 2030s. The spacecraft will carry its own synthetic aperture radar called VENSAR, which is being developed at JPL, as well as a spectrometer similar to the one Veritas will carry. Let us know in the comments section below what you think about this discovery. As always, thanks for watching our video. See you in the next one.